Today I'm going to showcase Rescue Ace in Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel. Okay, that is the deck list, and I've been playing with the staples a lot of time to figure out which are best and which are not that great. Now for the Rescue Ace cards, I played 3 copies Hydrant, which is obviously the best one, 3 copies of Impulse, 3 copies Air Litter, 1 copy of Monitor, 1 copy of Fire Attacker, 2 copies of Fire Engine, and 2 copies of Turbulence. I wouldn't suggest you change the ratios. You don't need more than 1 Monitor for sure, and you don't need more than 2 copies of Fire Engine, because this card can actually be a brick in your hand and you don't want to have that. Also, the Fire Attacker is definitely a one-off. For the spell cards, I play 1 copy of Rescue with 2 copies of Alert. I tried playing 1 copy of Alert, but it isn't that good. I would highly suggest you play it at 2, because Kashtira can actually banish your Alert, and if that happens, you're just not gonna have much place to go for. Also, your Turbulence effect will be a little bit better if you have 2 copies of it. And I play 1 copy of the Containing Extinguish. I don't play the last trap card because I don't think it's that good. As of the hand traps, 3 Maxi, 3 Ash Blossom, and 2 Nibiru. That's it. For the staples, I play 2 Code Buy and 1 Crossout, which are just really good. And I actually decided to play 3 copies of Book of Eclipse because it is absolutely terrible to play against Kashtiras. This deck sucks against Kashtiras, and I would highly suggest you put it in the deck. Honestly, I think this is probably one of the best cards you can play. And no, Evenly Matched isn't better than Book of Eclipse because they can just keep their Arise card and they will still floodgate you. Also, I play 1 copy of Poro P, 1 for 1, and 1 Reinforcements of the Army. These are just consistency boosters. And also play 2 copies of the Triple Tactics Trust, which is basically a way to search out your 3 consistency boosters. And without Emergency added in Master Duel, I don't think that this deck's very good. It sucks versus Kashtiras. It has hard matchups. It also is kind of bricky with the Fire Engine and also Turbulence, the Fire Attacker and stuff like that. And honestly, if it was me, I would have waited for the support before playing this deck, but you can try it out for yourself and decide it. I just don't think that this deck is that good. I don't care what other people say about it. For the extra deck, I play 1 copy of Gigantic Sprite, which is basically sometimes summonable when you have a bunch of Link 2 monsters on the field, but you're not gonna summon it that much, so it's not necessary. 1 Abyss Dweller, which sometimes comes up, the 1 Link Kuribo and the 1 Relinquished Anima with 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 copy of Salamangreat, Sunlight Wolf. And this card's pretty good because it allows you to add one of your fire monsters from your graveyard to the hand. Also 1 copy of Hita, this is a standard card to play, 1 copy of IP, 1 copy of the Donor, this is a cool removal, 1 copy of Unicorn, which is self-explanatory with the IP, 1 copy of Heat Leo, and this is actually your back row removal, which is pretty nice as well. 1 copy of Avamax, which I never summoned. This is very rarely gonna come up, but you could play it if you want to. 1 copy of Apalooza, 1 copy Axel, 1 copy Underworld Goddess. Now there are 2 interesting engines you can play, and I'm gonna show it to you right now. So you could play the Proxy F Magician with the Mud Dragon, which plays around Imperm, and the way that it works is that when you play Mud Dragon, you can change the attribute to fire, and that will limit your opponent from targeting other monsters with card effects with the same attribute. You could also play a cool synergy with Beat Cap and also the Ibli. What you can do is you can summon Ibli to your opponent's side of the field, and then you can activate Beat Cap's effect and make it harder to get rid of. I don't think it's that good, but it is something that you can try out if you want to. But that's basically it for the deck list. Now let's get into some games and see how the deck performs. Special summoning the Ogre now. Okay, that is an interesting card to play in Kashtiras now. You know, I could dash it. I don't think I should though. It really doesn't make a difference whether he has the preparation or not. It's fine with me. Now activating the Scream. Okay, fine. Activating the effect of Shading now to special summon it, and maybe it wouldn't be that bad to just negate it. You know what? I'll just negate it. I don't know if that's the play really, but you know, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm not sure if that's the play. He will probably be able to continue playing from here though. Activating the effect of the Ogre to banish one of my 5 cards, and I would have top decked actually pretty bad cards, so it's good that So it's good that he activated the Ogre. Banishing face down my Hydrant makes a lot of sense, although I do have 1 for 1. Now normal summoning Shaden, and he just relies on the Scream Mills, although his Scream Mills were actually pretty good, which is unfortunate for me. And he's gonna go into his 55 Trizillion tier place, and I'm just gonna skip to the part where he ends his board, basically.
75 years later.
Okay, so 3 hours of comboing, and he managed to get just Sprite Elf and IP in the grave with 1 back row. And I do have the Cold Buy for the Sprite Elf's effect on the IP, which is even better. Pretty lackluster board. Now I'm gonna activate the effect of my 1 for 1. I kinda wanna discard the Ash Blossom, but I might need it. I'm gonna discard the Ash Blossom. I need the Fire Engine here. This is a good extender for my place. And now I can special summon my Hydrant onto the field in defense mode, and I'll be able to use the effect in a short while. Now I can special summon also the Fire Engine here, chaining the Sprite Elf, targeting the IP, and I will chain my Code Buy to it, which is gonna just limit his place a lot actually. It's gonna be really annoying for him to deal with. Chaining Preparation, so he's gonna be able to he's not actually gonna be able to special summon maybe, or he is, but it's not really that big of a deal. And I will get to add 1 Rescue Ace monster from my deck to my hand. Let's see, so he might be able to negate my Hydrant, so let's go for the Turbulence right now. And with the Hydrant, I'm gonna search out a different monster, banishing the IP, and now he doesn't have anything else really. special summoning my fire engine onto the field. Now let's activate the effect of my hydrant and search out one of my monsters. Airlifter is not really that big of a deal. Fire attacker is probably better. Fire attacker is the play for sure. Now let's activate the effect of my turbulence. Banish these two to special summon it onto the field. I'm gonna be able to set a bunch of back row as well. Also, fire attacker is gonna be special summoned, and I just destroyed the Kashtira's tier limits with my Rescue Ace deck. Activating the Pot of Prosperity to begin his turn. Banishing 6, so he is desperate to get something. Probably going for the Pathfinder. No, actually, Birth. Wait, what? You could have went for the Pathfinder and just search out the Feud spell and continue from there. Normal summon. Oh, he already had it in hand. Yep, it makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna chain the Airlifter immediately, and that will allow me to special summon from my hand. Chaining the Max C to it, that is annoying, but at least he won't have it for next turn. And now I could special summon the Hydrant, and you know what, I'm actually gonna special summon the Fire Engine, even though special summoning Hydrant would have also gotten me the Fire Engine on the field, but I would then not allow him to draw more cards. Oh, he actually cannot draw because of Pot of Prosperity. Yeah, okay, I'm stupid, I should have just summoned the Hydrant as well. Pot of Prosperity just, you know, limited him from being able to use Maxi, so he misplayed a little bit. Now let's activate the effect of my Fire Engine here, and I am going to special summon. Actually, what do I go for? I could go for the Airlifter, and actually I think that this is probably the play. So basically it would have been better to go into Hydrant, because then I would have gotten an additional body on the field, but still, it is not that bad for me. And I do get to search out a spell card, and I'm gonna add, which one do I have in hand? I have the alert, so let's add the rescue to my hand now, and he's gonna be able to go into his Kashtira full combos. Selecting the goddess. Okay, so he got rid of my goddess here, and now he's gonna be able to add one Kashtira spell, adding the Theosis. That is full combo from here, activating Theosis, targeting the unicorn, special summon the Fenrir.
One winner later.
And that is basically his board. He has a Rise card with Fenrir and Shangri-La. He also limited my spell and trap card zone, which is actually really smart, because that stops my Turbulence from being able to set. So now I could change the Airlifter and special summon a Rescue Ace monster from my hand if I want to. You know what? Let's do that. Okay, let's do that. It's a little bit of a weird play, but maybe it will be pretty good here. And now I'm gonna be able to special summon my Hydrant onto the field in defense mode. Boom. Special summoning the Ogre, and now let's see if I actually baited out the Fenrir effect here to get rid of my Hydrant. I really hope I did. No, chaining the Planet Wraith, and I'm gonna be able to... Okay, also using the Fenrir, that is really good. Now I'm gonna be able to still use my Rescue and Alert. Now I'll use the Alert to begin with. Chaining the Ash Blossom to the Alert, but I do have the Rescue as well, and I can special summon from his graveyard nothing useful. So I'm gonna target my graveyard only. Maybe I should have went for the Rescue first, honestly, but it's yeah, it really doesn't matter. He cannot negate the Rescue with Ash anyway. So now let's special summon the Fire Engine back to my field. Now he negates my Alert, and Fenrir will banish the Hydrant. Also the Planet will get negated, and the Rise card will get up to 3 materials, which is really not what I want to see here, unfortunately, but you know, I can't do anything about it. Limiting an additional one of my spare trap card zones, and I am really close to losing the game, honestly. Putting the additional material to a Rise card. Now I can activate the HQ here, and I'll actually try to use the effect just to see if he... Oh no, I can't use the effect yet. You know, I'm gonna normal summon the Hydrant, but it is gonna get negated immediately, and that is probably gonna be... Oh no, wait, he didn't negate it immediately. Well, I'm gonna add the Turbulence to my hand in that case. Now chaining the effect. I don't know why. You should have changed it a little while ago. Oh, destroying my Fire Engine. Okay. Banishing it rather, fine. Now I did get to add the this guy. No, I actually cannot special summon the Turbulence because I don't have anything in the graveyard. Yeah, well, I'll just add the Fire Attacker, but doesn't really do much. I mean, it doesn't matter what I add, I just don't have any more plays versus Kashtira. Turbulence cannot even be summoned, so this is such a terrible matchup with the Kashtiras. Yeah, dude, I have normal play, so let's just normal summon this. Doesn't do anything, and I just lose the game. Okay, bro. Kashtiras are really difficult to deal with rescue. Okay, let's start by activating my Pot of Prosperity, and I'm gonna choose 6 because I need to dig for something good here. I'm probably not gonna use the Avermax, so let's just go like this. And I really need something good. Revealing Airlifter, that is not what I want really. No, actually it's not that bad. Okay, 1-for-1 is the card that I wanted here. Okay, 1-for-1 is actually a really good card to add, and I'm just gonna do it like this here. Boom. Now let's activate the effect of my 1-for-1. And let's discard the Nibiru to special summon my Hydrant from the deck. Boom. Then I'm gonna be able to use the effect of my hydrant, and I'm gonna be able to search out Turbulence is probably the best play here. Now let's activate my HQ here, and now let's normal summon that guy here using it. Boom. Then let's use two of my monsters and go into my Sunlight Wolf, and that will allow me then to activate the effect of my Turbulence by banishing two of my monsters from the graveyard here. 1, 2. I'm gonna be able to special summon my Sunlight Wolf, and I'm gonna be able to special summon it into the zone that my Sunlight Wolf is pointing to. Why is that not activating though? Oh, from the graveyard. Yeah, I don't have any cards in the graveyard. Yeah, that was stupid of me. You know, I should have went for something else in that case. Maybe for like IP would have been a lot better. Yeah, I'm just stupid, I guess. A third one, and also I'm gonna set the fourth back row. Yeah, so I should have went into IP instead of that. That was stupid of me. Yeah, what can I say? I just misplayed. I'll just pass turn here. That was stupid. I should have went for IP at least as an additional interruption. Special summoning the unicorn, and I'm gonna immediately negate it because I don't want him to search out his Theosis here. Activating the effect, Joe, it doesn't work. Please read my cards. Yeah. And okay, I mean, sure, I managed to win the game. That's pretty good, I guess. And another bricked up hand, and again versus Kashtira's. Dude, I'm gonna ask that. You know, maybe if he doesn't have unicorn, it's gonna be great. Honestly, I should be waiting for unicorn, but dude, I've been playing against Kashtira's every single game with Rescue Ace, and this deck sucks versus Kashtira's. Activating Foxy-Tune. Okay, so that might not be pure Kashtira's. Some sort of a Kashtira combo deck here, which is actually not bad, and I am gonna chain the Maxi here just to draw a bunch of cards. Hopefully he doesn't have Cold Buy. Okay, he does have the Cold Buy. Yeah, I mean, I do have the Nibiru, which is somewhat fine. Probably will be enough to stop him, but considering the fact that my hand is absolutely terrible with 5 staples and not a single card playable, you know, from the archetype, it is gonna be difficult for me as well. Banishing the sending to give it his Maxi. Great. Summoning the Xiamen. Okay, so I guess that he either has another Maxi or just doesn't need the Maxi, needs something else more. Adding the other Punk monster, now he can fusion summon. And this is basically full Punk combos here, but keep in mind that I do have the Nibiru, so the moment he uses his fusion monster as effect, summoning 2 monsters, I'm just gonna Nibiru him. That should be enough to end his turn. At least on paper, that's what I'm thinking, you know, tributing the Yu-Gi-Oh, special summoning the 2 monsters, and now Big Fat The Rock summoning here, and I'm gonna summon mine in attack mode and his in what mode actually, so that's 1800 plus 600, so yeah, I'll summon it in defense mode. He has 1 card in hand, no Maxi. Can still use the effect of Deer Note though, which is a little bit annoying, but that shouldn't be enough really. Targeting Yu-Gi-Oh, okay, fine I guess. Summoning it back to the field, 2800 defense, setting 1 back row and passing turn. That is pretty nice. Now I need to draw something. That is not something, dude, that is pretty bad. Let's proceed to the battle phase. We're gonna deal with the fusion monster, and we'll see what he will do. I mean, honestly, no, actually I will not deal with the fusion monster because I have Cold Buy. The moment he activates the effect, tribute it, I'll just Cold Buy it. I need to deal with the token instead, and here's why I actually will do that. So I'll just normal summon Fire Attacker, and the moment he adds something to his hand, I'm gonna be able to draw 2 cards due to the effect of this card. Now I'm gonna just set 1 back row here, which is the Cold Buy, and I'm gonna pass turn. Now during his turn, I will Cold Buy the Yu-Gi-Oh, negating it, and that should be enough to stop him, hopefully. Normal summoning Xiamen. Okay, so the moment he activates Xiamen, I am gonna draw 2 cards as well. That is not bad at all. And I could negate the Xiamen, but there's no point doing that. Adding the Foxy-Tune, a second copy of it, although he cannot use the effect, and I can activate my Fire Attacker now to draw 2 cards. And please give me something good. Okay, I will discard the Extinguish and keep the Airlifter. I guess that's something. It's not really great, but using 2 of his monsters, actually going for a Synchro Summon without using Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay. That is a little bit unexpected. Now he can target cards I control up to the number, blah 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 blah. And I chaining also the Yu-Gi-Oh to attack twice. I will negate with Cold Buy, but I will actually negate the Yu-Gi-Oh because otherwise he's gonna OTK me, and hopefully that will be enough to give me another turn, I guess. Now banishing the Yu-Gi-Oh from his graveyard, and Xiamen gives him 600, so that's 3800. Banishing, returning to hand my whole field, and 3700. He also has the effect that he can bring something back. Proceeding to the battle phase. Okay, so that's 3700, and hopefully I will draw something. And let's see, it is my turn. Alert, that is not what I was looking for, dude. Okay, how is this deck such a terrible deck? Like, honestly, people keep saying that this deck is really good. I just don't see it, man. You see my hand, you see my field. This keeps happening almost every single game. Now he negates my Airlifter again, and I can just normal summon Firecracker, you know, rather special summon it. But that doesn't do anything, bro. Like, what am I supposed to do with this Firecracker, Fire Attacker special summon? It's not enough. And now I can only go into Link 2. I could go into a removal and just, you know, activate Donner's effect, I guess, but that's not really that big of a deal. So Donner is my only play here, just to remove his monster. And imagine having 4 cards in your hand and the only thing you can do is just summon a Donner and, you know, get 1-for-1 basically. That is so terrible, like, honestly. I can activate the alert and bring something back, and I will do it because clearly I need something. And I am gonna go for the, I guess, Airlifter. Just for next turn. Now it is his turn. If he draws something... no, actually, even if he doesn't draw anything good, can still use Foxytune. Bro, this... oh yeah, the emergency teleport. Well, I have no chance at this point. There's no point even continuing the game from here, probably. And I don't like this deck, bro. Rescue Ace, I don't think it's good. You see what happens, bro. I keep bricking even though I used Nibiru and stopped his turn as well. I wasn't able to win in 2 turns. Okay, that was it for the video, and as I said, I don't think that the deck is really that great. I wouldn't suggest you play it much since it is really having a terrible matchup against Kashtiras, and Kashtiras are the best deck to play with right now. Also, without the full power of it, without emergency, this deck is kind of lackluster. It's kind of bricky also, which is really annoying. And I hate to say it, but I don't like this deck much right now. Anyways, that was it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I would appreciate a like and subscribe. Also, comment below what you think about the deck and whether you agree with me or not. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Have a great day.